I always loved my birthday. It was a day filled with joy, laughter, and presents. But this year, something strange happened that shattered my happiness forever. As I turned 13, my parents decided to throw a surprise party for me. The preparations were in full swing, and the house was decorated with colorful balloons and streamers. Friends and family arrived, wearing their brightest smiles. But as the evening progressed, I noticed an unsettling absence. My best friend Sarah was nowhere to be found. I asked my parents about her, but they brushed it off, claiming she must have been held up with something. However, deep down, I knew something was wrong. I excused myself and rushed to Sarah's house, hoping to find her there. When I arrived, I was greeted by an eerie silence. The door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit interior. I cautiously stepped inside, calling out Sarah's name. No response. The house was unnervingly still, as if frozen in time. As I ventured deeper into the house, I discovered a hidden staircase leading to the basement. The air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding enveloped me. With trembling hands, I descended into the darkness. In the basement, I stumbled upon a chilling scene. Sarah lay on the floor, motionless and pale. Horror coursed through my veins as I knelt down to check her pulse, but there was none. She was gone. Tears streamed down my face as I realized the truth. Sarah had been missing for days, and her absence had gone unnoticed. No one had remembered to invite her to the party, not even me. The guilt weighed heavily on my shoulders, suffocating me. From that day forward, my birthdays became a haunting reminder of the friend I had lost. Every year, on the anniversary of her disappearance, I would receive a single present, wrapped in blood-red paper, left mysteriously on my doorstep. The card read, "Remember me," and I did, for the rest of my days.
I had always loved birthdays, but this one would be different. As the clock struck midnight, my birthday officially began. My friends and family gathered at my house for a small celebration. Among the presents, a peculiar package caught my eye. A beautifully wrapped box with an air of mystery. The tag read, "To the birthday girl, from an admirer." Curiosity got the best of me, and I eagerly opened the gift. Inside, I found an antique doll with porcelain skin and ruby red lips. It wore a tattered lace dress, and its glassy eyes seemed to stare straight into my soul. Something about it made me uneasy, yet I couldn't look away. As the night wore on, my guests left one by one, leaving only me and the eerie doll. The flickering candles cast dancing shadows on its face, making it seem as if it was alive. Nervously, I decided to place it on a shelf in the corner of the room, hoping it would put my mind at ease. As I lay in bed, I heard faint giggles coming from the living room. My heart pounded in my chest as I went to investigate. The doll was no longer on the shelf, but instead sitting on the couch, its gaze fixed on the front door. I convinced myself that it must have fallen, trying to rationalize away my fears. The next day, I moved the doll to my bedroom, thinking it might be safer there. Yet, no matter where I put it, the doll seemed to have a will of its own. Each morning, I would find it in a different spot, as if it had moved during the night. One evening, I woke to a chilling whisper in my ear. "Happy birthday, dear." My blood turned to ice as I turned to see the doll standing beside my bed. Panic consumed me, and I decided I had to get rid of it. I placed the doll in a box and drove to the edge of town, determined to throw it into the river. But every time I tried to part with it, I felt an invisible force pulling me back. It was as if the doll had woven its way into my life, refusing to be discarded. Eventually, I sought help from a paranormal expert. He warned me that the doll might be possessed by a malevolent spirit, seeking a connection with the living world. The expert performed a ritual to cleanse the doll and instructed me to bury it deep in the woods, far away from civilization. Now, as I tell you this, I can still feel the doll's presence, even though it's buried miles away. Its laughter echoes in my nightmares, and I can't help but wonder if it's truly gone, or if it's just biding its time, waiting for another chance to return.
As I turned another year older, my friends decided to throw me a surprise birthday party. They gathered at my place, and after a few drinks and laughter, they blindfolded me. Leading me to their secret destination, they promised a night of unforgettable fun. When they removed the blindfold, I found myself in front of an old, abandoned carnival. The once colourful rides now stood rusty and motionless, their eerie silence sending shivers down my spine. I couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding as we ventured into the desolate grounds. Despite my unease, my friends were excited to explore the ghostly amusement park. We entered the haunted house, its creaky floors and peeling wallpaper adding to the chilling atmosphere. I tried to act brave, but with each step, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. As darkness enveloped the carnival, we lit candles and gathered around a makeshift bonfire. The shadows danced on the dilapidated rides, and distant laughter echoed through the air, though we were the only ones there, or so we thought. During a game of hide-and-seek, I found myself alone near the Ferris wheel. Suddenly, the wheel started moving, its rusty cogs groaning as it spun. My heart pounded and I called out to my friends, thinking they were pranking me, but they were as startled as I was, standing far away from the ride. We decided to leave, but the exit seemed elusive, as if the carnival didn't want us to go. Panic set in, and we ran in different directions, desperately searching for an escape. As I weaved through the haunted rides, the laughter grew louder, more menacing. Eventually, I stumbled upon a decrepit carousel. Its horses looked twisted and demonic, frozen in a nightmarish pose. I sensed a malevolent presence around me, and the air turned icy cold. It felt as though the carnival itself had come alive, hungry for our fear. In a stroke of luck, my friends and I managed to regroup and find our way to the exit. As we stepped outside the crumbling gates, a mournful wail filled the air, piercing through the darkness. We dared not look back, fearing what we might see. Years have passed since that eerie birthday, but the memories haunt me still. The abandoned carnival stands as a silent sentinel of the horrors we experienced that night, a place I would never forget.
For my birthday, I wanted something out of the ordinary, so I decided to book a stay at a renowned haunted inn with a few close friends. The old Victorian building had a dark history, and tales of apparitions and eerie sounds had piqued my curiosity. As we arrived, the inn's facade looked enchanting yet haunting, with ivy-covered walls and ancient-looking windows. The innkeeper greeted us warmly, but couldn't hide a glint of amusement in his eyes when we mentioned our fascination with the paranormal. As night descended, we gathered in the grand dining hall for a birthday feast. The dimly lit chandeliers cast dancing shadows on the walls, and the creaking floorboards added an unsettling charm to the atmosphere. The innkeeper regaled us with chilling tales of the building's past, making my friends and me exchange nervous glances. After dinner, we retired to our rooms. Mine was on the top floor, overlooking the overgrown garden. The moment I stepped inside, I felt a chilling breeze, though the window was closed. The room had an otherworldly aura, and I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Late into the night, strange noises echoed through the corridors. Footsteps, distant whispers, and doors creaking open and shut. Despite our trepidation, we decided to investigate. Armed with flashlights, we tiptoed through the dark hallways, our hearts pounding. In one room, we saw the figure of a woman in a flowing white dress, but when we turned the corner, she vanished into thin air. Fear clenched my chest, and my friends and I hurried back to our rooms, locking the doors behind us. As I lay in bed trying to sleep, I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. My heart raced as I turned around, but there was no one there. A suffocating sense of dread engulfed me, and I pulled the covers over my head, praying for morning to come quickly. The next day, we decided to explore the inn's basement, rumoured to be the epicenter of paranormal activity. The air down there was thick and oppressive, and an unshakable feeling of sorrow lingered. We heard faint whispers and saw fleeting shadows, but as we turned to confront them, they disappeared. In the evening, we gathered in the parlour, determined to conduct a séance. We lit candles and held hands, calling out to any spirits present. The room grew colder and the candles flickered as if responding to our summons. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing the flames. The inn seemed to be alive with supernatural energy, and we couldn't deny its haunted nature. As my birthday came to an end, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the spine-chilling experience, even though the memories would haunt me for years to come. The haunted inn had given me a birthday like no other, an eerie and unforgettable celebration of the unknown.
Remember, birthdays may come and go, but eerie and creepy encounters leave a haunting impression. If you enjoyed this spine-chilling journey, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow thrill seekers, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more eerie tales that will send shivers down your spine. Stay spooky, and see you in the next bone-chilling adventure.